Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com, and all daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including 5% best bets, normally priced at $35. As an added bonus, any picks packages loaded early for Overnight Tuesday or action during the week will also be priced at $9 until midnight on Monday. So make sure to take advantage of getting these $25 and $35 picks for only $9 before the clock strikes 12 and they return to regular price.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy Monday to you. It is time to talk a little NBA, at least what we know of it anyway here. It is the NBA Tip-Off Show powered by WagerTalk.com as we've got a light slate here tonight, but we do have our customary 3 or 4 games we're going to break down for you, and we're going to do it with a very special Monday crew in the house for you with Tony Mahia in the house as well as guy in the middle, you know him, Teddy Covers here, and Kevin Dolan hanging with you guys here, ready to talk some hoops. And Tony Mahia, my friend, been a little crazy here since Friday in the association, but we seem to have changed the requirements a little bit. League seems to be getting on the same page. We seem to be signing people, and we do, at least at this point, know there's going to be a few games tonight. So what do you got locked and loaded on a $9 Monday?
Well, $9 Monday, locked and loaded, or NFL and college hoops packages. I have not been playing NBA until right about an hour before tips, just due to all the COVID. I don't want to get caught with my pants down. Don't want to get clients in that same predicament either. It's been going really well of late, last 7 days. I think it's 15 units, last 30, close to 81 in NBA. So I just want to have knowledge of who is out there. So, no love for me on this Philly-Boston game. We still don't know if Joel Embiid and Jason Tatum were playing, and we absolutely know that a bunch of players are missing due to protocols. Now, there's opportunities to be had when like we did last, Friday, I think, Joe? Mm-hmm. When we knew that half the Lakeland Magic was making the trip to assist the Orlando Magic. And you jump all over that. But, yeah, I mean, I think there are opportunities. I definitely won't say you should stay away altogether. In fact, there's some great opportunities coming. I just know this league well enough to know that they probably won't be around until close to tip-off. So that's the strategy for the NBA, at least right now. But there should be at least 1 or 2 plays tonight in celebration of $9 Monday.
Yep, we will absolutely give you the latest information, guys, as we have them, as of coming to you live right now here at about 4:15. On Monday. And Teddy Covers, how are you treading water in the association? And what do you have locked and loaded at WagerTalk and or sportsmemo.com today?
And treading water is the appropriate term. This last week, I did nothing but tread water in the NBA. Couple winners, couple losers, not that many plays. Obviously dealing with COVID right now, not easy in the association. That being said, I do have a pair of plays up in the NBA for tonight, as well as one in college hoops. I will give you one of the 2 plays that I've got going on the show today when it comes to underdog time. So stay tuned to get one of the 2 selections that we can get right now over at WagerTalk and sportsmemo.com. Just $9 on $9 Monday.
Yep, can't go wrong here, guys. And Kevin Dolan coming off a nice weekend here, my friend. I know you're locked and loaded as well here on a $9 Monday. What's happening at WagerTalk.com for you?
Yeah, it was a nice weekend, Joe. Swept the board in NFL on Sunday, 4-0 overall, 7-1 right across the weekend in all sports. So pretty happy with that. And we're 10-2 right now in NBA as well. So all good my end. 4% best bet loaded up for tonight in the association, along with having other client plays up in NFL and soccer as well. So, looking forward to keeping that winning streak going into tonight, and breaking down a few of these games in today's show as well.
All right, good stuff, guys. Well, we'll try to dive in here as best we can with the information we have right now, and we'll start with our contrarian play of the day. And for this game, we are going to take a look at, a bit of a revenge spot here as well, as we look at the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Thunder at a 9-point underdog in this one. And you guys may recall the last time these two got together, I believe Oklahoma City lost 73 points. I think is what the difference between these two teams were. However, let us not forget the Thunder were pretty much shorthanded as could be in that game. So, what do you think? John Morant's still out here. Tony Mejia, Brandon Clark, he's still injured. What do you think? You like the Thunder at +9 in this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the contrarian angle. I thought John Morant is still a question mark, and I thought he would play last night. As we talked over the weekend, he had tweeted in Spanish a couple of days, and he sat yesterday and being upgraded to questionable. I think we see him tonight, and I think we see him return as Tyus Jones, who's done a really nice job in that starting lineup, holding the fort down, getting guys involved as he does. Probably won't play. He's dealing with a knee issue. They're still without Brandon Clark with a knee issue. So they've been doing a really nice job staying afloat without Morant due to their depth. Now that Morant comes back, it's interesting that their depth is kind of taking a hit. But DeAnthony Melton, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, guys like that should be out there. Thunder relatively healthy too, especially in this day and age of as far as the COVID stuff going around. I think that they are unafflicted. So cross your fingers that we get a game with a team close to full strength. And I think with that said, you mentioned the revenge angle, the fact that they were waiting on the Grizzlies last night, having already arrived in Oklahoma City, while having already arrived in Memphis, while the Grizzlies were toiling with the Trailblazers. That also bodes well for the visitors. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and side with the contrarian gods. I do think we see Ja Morant back. Maybe that even gets this to double digits on the line. So stay tuned for that. And ride Oklahoma City, because I think they will have a much better chance to compete than they did last time out.
Yeah, the two teams, as of the 3:30 Eastern Time NBA report, really two teams clear as far as the COVID protocols go here, Teddy. Outside of Zaire Williams, not much between these two teams. So it should be a go with these two teams as far as we know them as recently constructed. So were you willing to look at the underdog here as a contrarian play?
That's the only way I could look in this ballgame. And remember, when Memphis lost by the NBA all-time record-setting margin of 73 points, when these two teams met, it wasn't 3 years ago, it wasn't 6 months ago, it was a couple of weeks ago. They were on the second of back-to-backs. They just got swept by the Rockets. They were sitting a bunch of guys, and it was as ugly as an NBA game has ever gotten in the history of the NBA. There's no question that OKC is going to remember that defeat. No question about that. And NBA handicapping 101, we saw it over the weekend. We saw it when Ball came back for Charlotte. The money immediately came for the Hornets. And what happened? Portland blew them out. You don't want a team that first game when the point guard comes back. A lot of times you want them the second game when the point guard comes back, especially how well Memphis is playing without Morant. Now, all of a sudden, they got to find another 20 shots to give to their point guard. It's a bet against situation for Memphis in two different ways tonight. If Morant plays, Morant doesn't play, it's only a bet against situation for Memphis in one of the two aspects. Nonetheless, it's OKC or pass for this bet.
All right, OKC, and how about it? I know you've had your battles here with the contrarian gods, Kevin Dolan, but is tonight a play you might want to side with them on?
Yeah, look, I'm in full agreement with the play. Contrarian playing what the guy said earlier. It's just the embarrassment factor. We all saw it, that 70-plus blowout. And the Thunder were horrible in that game. 32.9% from the floor. They were sub 30% from three-point range as well. Dort, the highest score of 15 points. So, we can't see them be any worse. So it has to be an improvement here. And, the good thing for the Thunder here, though, obviously, is that they've looked sharp over recent games. Dropped the Clippers last time out at home by a point, held them to just 103 in that game. Their shooting shut up dramatically over recent games as well. OKC now ranking 12th in the league on three-point shooting percentage over the last three starts. So, I think the Thunder are catching the Grizzlies in that bit of a flat spot here tonight. Grizzlies coming off only their second loss in 12 games. They're about to go on the road also against the Warriors and Suns as well. So, I believe OKC can stay within the number here tonight and cover this line against Memphis.
All right, good stuff. There it is. Clean sweep, guys. OKC tonight. Getting the points against Memphis, your contrarian play of the day. One of our featured matchups, there's not a lot of games, highs, but we'll touch base on this Celtics and this Sixers game. It's interesting because there wasn't a line on this game early this morning. Then all of a sudden, now there is. And there's been a line of about 3.5 right now. That is what Boston at home is considered to be. As of, it's still active right now. 213.5 as an opening total here. 740 tonight. So, Teddy, with this line, does it give you any inclination one way or the other on who we might be seeing in this game for either of these two teams?
Well, the fact that we have seen some Celtics money. Again, I saw 3s this morning and then 3.5, and now 3.5, some juice now, tells us that somewhere in the betting markets, someone either expects Tatum to play or expects Embiid to sit. That being said, even assuming these two teams are at full strength, and they met not that long ago, it was a 1-point Celtics win. I watched that game start to finish. Boston was a better team. They just didn't hit shots. And I continue to think right now these two teams have the same record, and yet who's got the upside? I see nothing but Boston. All right. This is not a very good 76ers team right now. They've lost 4 of their last 5, and I know they're going through all kinds of issues. But when you look at the full course of this roster right now, all right, in my mind, who's the guy who's not stepping up? It's the same guy who always doesn't step up. They paid him, Tobias Harris. And some days he shows and some days he doesn't. Maxey at point guard has not been anyone who I've been overly impressed with. If Seth Curry's not hitting, this is a one-trick pony offensively. And Boston's not like that. The Celtics do have the depth. I think Boston is, again, the better of these two teams. And I want no part of my money on Philly right now. I really don't. We got the Celtics coming off a nice win and cover against the Knicks over the weekend. They had a nice win and cover against the Bucks last week on this floor, and they made things interesting despite a bad first half against Golden State. The other night got a push or even a cover for those who backed them. So it tells us that Boston is the undervalued commodity right now, Philly the overvalued commodity. Celtics or pass for this bet.
All right, Celtics or pass. Teddy's right. There has been money coming towards the Celtics in this one here tonight. We know Sixers, no Drummond. We know he's out in the protocols as of recently, and I believe Shake Milton is the other one that is at least new as of this morning. So what do you think? Do you agree with the market move towards the Celtics here, Kevin Dolan?
There's just a few too many unknowns in this game for me, Joe. We're counting at least, 7 game time decisions as of right now. And you mentioned at the start, too, even when I was doing my own NBA handicapping earlier this morning for today's slate, this game wasn't even listed on the board. There was no line post. I believe they only floated a number on this game around 2 or 3 p.m. my time. So, this isn't just a Swiss pass me on this one. This is a full Chernobyl-type hazmat suit pass here, and quite happy to sit this one out,
No Josh Richardson. I think him for the Celtics is also the new one. So, Tony Mejia, let me phrase it this way. If we do get word that Tatum is going here tonight and no Embiid, are you more likely to side with the Celtics in this one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a bargain, I think, right now, if you want to spend your money and hope that Tatum's going to play through the ankle injury. If no Embiid is out there, then you have a complete Doc Rivers throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks without Drummond and Embiid going. You'd basically be playing a very small lineup. You'd have Paul Reed out there for extended minutes. They've got no Milton, no Drummond, no Niang, and no Korkmaz. So that we know. Probably won't have Maxey. He's dealing with a quad injury. Then you have Green, who's a plus on the defensive end and a negative on the offensive end. He's dealing with a hip injury. So you could conceivably be going with major minutes for Matisse Thybulle, where you have to stomach through his offensive inefficiency. Tobias as your go-to guy, and Seth Curry at one, and who's even running point on this team. So it's definitely Boston or pass. And if you want to take a shot, not knowing Tatum's availability just yet, it's still probably a decent bet because it would go up to 5 or 6, I would assume, if Tatum is officially cleared, especially at home, even with Embiid going. And if Embiid doesn't go, you're looking at 8 to 10.
Yeah, no, that's no doubt at all. There it is, a cheaper number right now. If that comes down with no Embiid, woohoo! That should be an awful lot of fun here. All right, guys, let's take a look here at our overtime matchup, a game in which we'll feature the total. And, well, why not go with the biggest total on the board? Should be a shock to absolutely nobody that we're talking about. The Charlotte Hornets and the Utah Jazz tonight opened up at 234.5. And, of course, that has gotten pushed up to 237.5. So, Kevin Dolan, I'll come to you first here. Is this simply a over or pass game for you?
Yeah, I think so, Joe. You look at the kind of numbers the Utah Jazz were putting up last time out against Washington. Their effective field goal percentage was down well over 5% from that season average. The 3-point percentage was down by about 5% also. Their points per game dropped by over 12 points as well. So you would obviously expect some kind of response from the Jazz tonight. And if that's the case, look, how can this Charlotte team stop them? The Hornets have given up over 124 points per game on average over the last 5 starts. That's not subpar. That's basement type stuff. And against some fairly pedestrian offenses in that stretch as well. San Antonio, Dallas, and so on. On top of that, the Hornets also have, we all know that by far the league's worst defensive efficiency metrics in the league this season, not just in general, but on the road as well. So, if Utah come in here tonight and drop, 125, 130 plus, it's hard not to see this one, in my opinion, getting pushed over the total here. So I prefer the Utah side in this one. But if I was playing the total, it'd definitely be looking over here.
Yeah, it just it feels like sort of a mismatch on paper here, Tony Mejia. But if we're going to get the same old no defense from Charlotte, is there any way you can look but up here?
Right, no, you can't. And it was fun to watch that game against the Suns yesterday. Suns had 69 at the break. It was 40-19 at some point in the early second quarter, to where I started worrying about going over 230 as my best bet in the NBA last night. And it was a rough day in football, so I really needed it. And then I watched the scrimmage break out, and it was just like, we'll fire up threes. We're missing threes, doesn't matter. We'll just fire up more. And it was fun to watch. Suns were hitting them all. Hornets weren't, and then the Hornets kind of did get into a little bit of a rhythm late second quarter, and it was garbage time was the same thing as the third quarter, in terms of we're just going to get shots up and get back out here against a really elite team that's playing too well for us in Phoenix. And you could see Chris Paul was engaged. He always is against teams from his hometown state. And Devin Booker being back. So that was a big feather in the cap for Phoenix. They were clearly the engaged team. And tonight, I think Utah's going to be the engaged team, because they're coming in off a 2-game losing streak. They lost to San Antonio. They lost to Washington. It was Washington's best performance probably since the first week or two of the NBA season. And Utah facilitated that. They're really not playing good basketball. They get Mike Conley back tonight. It's a situation where they know they're not going to get much resistance from the Hornets either. And you know how well the Jazz can shoot it when they get into a rhythm. So this might be a situation where you get the best number you can and lay it with Utah, and you get the best number you can and go with the high side. And yeah, it's over or nothing.
It feels like a track meet, Teddy. I mean, they are healthy as Charlotte finally, but you expect any defense from them whatsoever tonight?
Not much. I mean, I think Kevin said the last 5 games. The last 12 games for Charlotte, they've given up 120 plus 9 times.
Oh.
Okay. That's not a whole lot of defense. They shot 36% from the floor against Phoenix the other night, and 10 of 45 from 3-point range. And the game flew over the total by double digits. All right. So, it's not like Charlotte has to do anything offensively or much offensively for us to get there. What about the head-to-heads between Borrego and Snyder? Well, let's see. There were 2 of them last year, 259 and 242, both of them flying over the total with room to spare. You want quotes? I got quotes. Donovan Mitchell talking about the Wizards, the game against the Wizards. Again, the second of consecutive home losses for Utah as double-digit favorites. Here's what Donovan Mitchell said after the game. Quote, "We made it tough on ourselves. We got in isolation, got stagnant a little bit. I wouldn't expect that to happen off these back-to-back losses. I think the ball is going to move for the Jazz tonight, and I wouldn't argue with anyone who wants to lay it with Utah and or who wants to take this game up and over the total. It's the highest total on the board for good reason."
Yeah, amen to that. All right, guys, it is time, of course. That sound you are hearing is the dogs a barking. And let's see what we got.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
Yeah, we got a few of them on here tonight. Let's take a look here with the Sixers, the Thunder, the Rockets also coming in as a dog here. Hornets, Kings back in the dog spot, shocker, as well as the San Antonio Spurs will be taking on the Clippers a little bit later. So, Tony Mejia, I'll start with you. Which one of these might you want to make your dog here tonight?
By sheer default, it's the Houston Rockets because I don't like many of these underdogs tonight. But it's a situation where the Bulls really left it all out there last night in a tougher game than I anticipated them getting against the Lakers. It was fun to watch LeBron as a small ball five playing pick and roll with Carmelo Anthony. It was like a video game. And yet the best player on the court was DeMar DeRozan, who has somehow found another level in Chicago that we've never seen. And really seems to be relishing being Mr. Fourth Quarter for that particular franchise. But you had Lonzo play big minutes, Caruso playing big minutes, Vooch in the middle with really very little behind them. I guess Daniel Gafford is playing some. And they did late. They pulled away and won by 5 against the Lakers. It's the second of a back-to-back, and they had been out there, in a time due to them being the one-team games canceled due to COVID. So we'll see what their conditioning is like tonight. Houston's been playing well. You got to tip your hat to them. Their kids are playing well. Those who are still healthy enough to play, they got Christian Wood back, and he's responding, and so is Eric Gordon. So even in sneaking in with a backdoor cover, I like the spot for the Rockets.
All right, leaning towards the Rockets. I know Robert's excited about that. So, Teddy, talk to me. Which one of these would you make your dog tonight?
Oh, I'm on the Rockets as well, and it's not by default. I think Houston is live to win the game. The Bulls just won 8 games between games, a full week between any team activities. They're still shorthanded. Still got a bunch of guys out, including Zach LaVine. And Tony just said it. All 5 starters played at least 35 minutes last night in their tighter-than-expected win over the Lakers. They're inevitably going to be dealing with conditioning issues. They're on the second of back-to-backs, and they're playing a team that just beat them. The Rockets beat them straight up when they met last month. Houston now 8-2 against the spread as an underdog since that victory. They're a bet-on team in the road dog role. You can read my full analysis on this game. This is my page over at WagerTalk.com. I do like the Rockets plus the points, and that's the client play that I was teasing earlier in the show.
I love it there, Robert. If you're counting, that is 2. That is 2 for the Rockets. Yes, don't play them tonight. I don't know what to tell you. All right, Kev, talk to me. What do you got going on here? Which one of these are you going to make your dog tonight?
Well, we'll just keep the Rockets at 2. Don't want to get them too excited. But San Antonio for me tonight, Joe. I think the Clippers are really struggling right now. Their injuries are catching up to them. I said on Friday's show as well about San Antonio defense. I think it's arguably underrated on the road this season, especially. Joined 6th best defensive efficiency metrics in the league this season, and they're allowing almost 7 points less per game on average to opponents away from AT&T Center as well. So, yeah, Spurs for me tonight plus the points against the Clippers. I like that as a dog play.
Yep, Paul George missed the last 5. We'll see if that changes here tonight. But San Antonio taking on the Clippers, and there you got it, guys. Dogs are a barking. So now, of course, it is time to, take a look here at some best bets here. It's a short card on the board, so Mejia, start us off. Where are you going on your best bet here tonight?
Well, the Golden State Warriors are back home after their eventful trip where Steph Curry chased the all-time three-point record and then got it. And then after that, they beat Boston and they had nothing against Toronto. And now they're back home and they're facing a Kings team, which I'll never forget, December 19th of 2021, because it was my worst day of this month for my job. And it also coincided with Tom Brady losing a football game to Taysom Hill and Greg Popovich losing a basketball game in the coaching box to Doug Christie. So I don't foresee the Sacramento Kings coming out with much fire to beat the Golden State Warriors tonight. Kings are basically running with Halliburton, who's dealing with a bad back, Buddy Hield, Tristan Thompson, and Chimezie Metu. And second night of a back-to-back, don't think they fare well. Lay the points with Golden State.
All right, Golden State it is, taking down the Sacramento Kings. Teddy, 60 seconds, man. Where you going tonight?
Let's go up to the TD Bank North Garden in Boston and take a look at the Celtics minus the 3.5 against the 76ers. And again, I can't say it with any certainty, but the way the betting markets are moving right now has me thinking that either Embiid's not going in or Tatum is. But I'll tell you what, even if Embiid plays, Springer, and Yang, Milton, Maxey, Korkmaz, Green, Drummond, all questionable for this evening. They could all sit, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. And Philadelphia is not that good. They hung within a point of the Celtics last time around. I'm not convinced it happens this time. Sixers have lost 3 straight, 4-5. Failed to cover the spread in any of those defeats. Celtics are headed in the opposite direction right now. These two teams have similar records, but very different trajectories that I see moving forward. I like Boston minus the spot against Philadelphia.
Love it. All right, there you go, guys. Let's go, Dolan. I know you're racking something up over there. The Pelicans, but no. Orlando, no. All right, where are you going here? Where's the best bet tonight, Kev?
Best bet for me, Joe, is going to be on the Sacramento Golden State under tonight over in San Francisco. Golden State come into this one after the third lowest points total of the season on Saturday against the Raptors. No surprise in that one, obviously. They had a makeshift roster. But I am expecting a bit more of a focused effort defensively tonight from the Warriors. Warriors' defensive efficiency numbers this season, absolutely, first class, number one in the league, not even close. They're even better at home again. So I do see the Kings really struggling here offensively tonight. On the offensive end, the Kings are about 2% worse from the floor on the road this year than they are at home. Their fast break efficiency drops away down also. So I think the Kings will struggle to put up points here against Golden State tonight, while the beat-up Warriors of Memphis, Phoenix, Denver, and Utah all on deck over the next 2 weeks. So I think we see them take their foot off the gas late in this one as well. So under for me tonight between the Kings and Warriors, best bet.
All right, there you go. Under it is. There you got it here, guys. So once again, just to recap, if you just happen to swing by and see us here, Tony Mejia, his dog of the night is the Houston Rockets plus 6.5. And the best bet, well, he likes the Warriors to take out the Sacramento Kings, certainly by more than 12.5, as Teddy likes the Rockets for his dog, but he also likes the Celtics laying 3.5 right now against a depleted Sixers squad. And Kevin, he likes the Spurs here, maybe to turn it up a little bit against the Clippers tonight. And his best bet is going to be that Kings Warriors under right now at 221.5. Our contrarian play of the day, the Oklahoma City Thunder get 9 points and a little bit of a revenge spot here with that 73-point beatdown there against Memphis last time out. So we like them getting the points here tonight. And don't forget, guys, it is $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com, which means, of course, best bets, $9. That's it. Head over there. We got a couple of NFL games here tonight. We got a full week of college football bowl games. We've got the NBA. We've got college basketball. A lot going on across the board right now this time of year. Head over there. $9 best bets tonight at WagerTalk.com. And, of course, you can always get Teddy at SportsMemo.com as well. So there you have it here, guys. Keep on top of that information as it comes in with the COVID protocols for the NBA. Of course, make sure you're following these guys on Twitter. They'll do their best to get the information when they have it out as well. And on behalf of Tony Mejia, of course, Teddy Covers and Kevin Dolan, we appreciate you swinging by here, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow talking more NBA. Until then, best of luck with your plays. We'll talk to you soon. I thought we were going to talk to you soon. Well, maybe we'll talk to you sooner than that. No, I'm only kidding. We're good.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. College football bowl season, baby. And there are 42 bowl and playoff games to keep us entertained for almost 3.5 weeks. Starting with Toledo versus Middle Tennessee State and going through the national championship on Monday, January 10th, pick your favorite WagerTalk or Sports Memo handicapper and get every college football bowl game day release, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $35 for the low price of $149. As an added bonus, make sure to download the free WagerTalk College Football Bowl Guide by going to wt.buzz/rm. From everyone at WagerTalk and Sports Memo, good luck this college football bowl season.